The first story of the day is Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk were attacked while eating in Philly.
Call because we're eating breakfast and we happen to be conservative.
They're not Nazis, they're soft fascists. They're the soft fascists, they're not Nazis.
I mean, if you guys don't know, Charlie Kirk, I believe, owns Turning Point USA. They're a conservative organization targeting schools. You know, they want to get young conservatives hyped. Candace Owens is a director for there. First, she was the urban director. Now maybe she's like executive director. I don't know her title, but Candace Owens got very, very, famous. Trump knows about her. Kanye West, Trump Jr. She's a rock star. She's a conservative rock star, a black American with an opinion and a perspective of the Democrats were lying to me, and now I want to wake up other black people. She's a really incredible person. Me, of course, not only do I like her, I like her, but her energy and message, it's a nice message. I mean, I get maybe if you're super left-leaning, you might hate her, but even then, I would think you would respect like an individual free thinker who's breaking against the mold. And also, Candace is like a new wave person like me, where she gets conservatives thinking a little bit too. We play in the middle sometimes and, call it like we see it and everybody listens. But she goes outside with Charlie Kirk, and there's like frothing at the mouth. Like, I don't know if you want to call them Antifa members. Someone say liberals, leftists. I probably anarchist socialists. And the irony here with like the whole Antifa crowd, I don't talk about them that much because I know some of them aren't violent and they're just confused and maybe lost, or maybe they have things that I agree with philosophically. I don't even hate on Antifa. But what I would say to Antifa, I do think a lot of these kids are confused because they're like anarchist socialist or anarchist anti-fascist. Like, they want like socialism, communism, but then they also want anarchy, which is like a major philosophy different. Anarchy is like super far right, like no regulations, no anything. And then communism is like full governmental regulation. So I think they're just confused to the core, trying to support big government and no government at the same time. As far as like actions like attacking Candace Owens, it was the most bizarre, childish attack. I don't care if it was Republicans, sitting next to an event talking trash on Obama. This type of behavior is pathetic from either side, and I'll call it out. Extra pathetic that you had Candace Owens, who's a black woman, just for some optics. If you haven't seen the video, go watch it. It's on World Cloud. It's on other pages. Candace Owens, a black woman, getting called a white supremacist, and then there's all these police, and there's 3 black police. You could spot black policeman, black policeman, black policeman, Latino policeman, woman. Like, almost everybody that was with Candace Owens and the police were black and Latino, and every of these conservative crowd mob, they're a mob at this point, they're not even like a protest group, they're calling them white supremacists. So it's like, talk about not being self-aware. And that's why I'm never voting Democrat again until they change. And millions of people are doing it, and we're not Russian bots. Just listen to the message of what I'm saying. Then you'll understand where we're coming from. It's like, you want to talk over us. I don't care if you don't like Trump. I don't care if you don't like what I'm saying. I don't care if you don't agree, but listen to what I'm saying, because this is how hundreds of millions of people feel, and it has nothing to do with Russia. It started 10, 20 years ago for some people, and you're blocking them out, trying to act like they're all racist. So much so that you're protesting a black woman, 3 black cops, and a Latina cop, and have a bunch of white, frothing at the mouth, super liberal, leftist, anarchist, fascist, socialist, confused kids calling black and Latino people white supremacists. I mean, what in the heck, at what point do you realize there's a huge, huge problem? And it's not a fringe minority. Here's where I call it like I see it, and people don't want to hear it. They say, anomaly, you attack the left too much and you don't attack the right too much. Okay, The right can be annoying. I put out a why I don't like Republican video. Some people got mad. Some people appreciated it, whatever. The left, it's a different story because it's not a fringe group. When some neo-Nazi that nobody even likes, and just to put it out there, I hope people are listening. The alt-right rally in Charlottesville was organized by Jason Kessler, who was literally like an Obama-supporting Democrat who was at Occupy Wall Street. This is all documented. So it's like it was by an ex-Democrat running the alt-right with Richard Spencer. He's the Nazi because he hates everyone, which is true. He is literally racist. I think he would say that. He's like, I like white people. This dude's literally racist. He admitted on Dinesh D'Souza's new film, Death of a Nation, that his 2 favorite presidents in history are Democrats. So this is the Nazi guy. His 2 favorite presidents are Democrat, one being the founder of the Democratic Party. That's his favorite ideology. He doesn't even like new Republicans as much as old Democrats. And then you have the leader of the alt-right, in like Charlottesville rally, was working at Occupy Wall Street. So I'm not saying that there's not bad people on the right, but when Democrats or ex-Democrats do something like super right-wing Nazi, everybody has to disavow it. Trump better not say there's bad people on both sides, even though that's clearly obviously true. It's like, yeah, there's bad people there, there's bad people there. What Trump said was 100% factual, but people don't want to hear it. They're like, no, you must condemn the Nazis, even though they're literally not affiliated with Trump by any way. So everybody has to condemn them. When people do these type of attacks on Candace Owens, no one says a word. I mean, during the Trump election, I don't know if you saw Project Veritas, but they put out a video that showed people working, for the Democratic organization saying, let's stage fights at Trump rallies. We're going to stage fights and then make it look like Trump supporters did it, and the media will cover it. Like, hello, that was a big wake-up call to me. I registered Democrat to vote for Bernie Sanders, like, against Hillary, and then I was thinking about Trump or Hillary. I was like, I don't know who to vote for. I didn't vote for either of them, just to be real. And I'm watching this stuff, and I'm like, they're paying people to throw violence at Trump rallies? That's all documented. I'm not a whistleblower conspiracy theorist. This is out there on Project Veritas, and I'm thinking, if Trump's so bad, why do you have to stage it? Can't you just find an ignorant Trump supporter? But they don't have that many. So they're literally like, we got to send people there to do violence. Anyway, you don't hear about that. But when Charlottesville happened, everyone, anomaly, don't you condemn it? Who am I? Why does it matter what I think of like 10 stupid people in another state? Oh, I got to condemn, but you attack people, you censor me, you block me, delete my entire channel, do literally what fascist regimes do. Try to delete history, tear down statues. Let's take out Trump's star. Let's completely morph history. Let's lie about history. Let's manipulate the dictionary. Let's change right wing to left wing and on Google. Let's literally do what is in every single science fiction book, a tech, sort of situation like 1984, any tech book that you read. But we're going to call you the Nazi. Literally, Alex Jones's YouTube channel gets deleted. And then somebody messages me, Anomaly, you're a Nazi. Alex Jones is a Nazi. So you delete Alex Jones's channel, call him a Nazi when he's literally not a Nazi. He's pro-Israel, and he gets heat from people. They call him a Zionist. So Alex is not a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi. But you call ex-Democrats a Nazi. The Charlottesville people are Nazis. So Trump's a Nazi. So Alex Jones is a Nazi. So Anomaly's a Nazi when I have nothing to do with these people. And then that's the justification of, we'll attack them in public. We're gonna call Candace Owens and black cops, so white supremacists, even though they're black, trying to literally work and feed their family and be good citizens, like do something for their community. You don't know if they're good cops. Maybe they call out other bad cops. I mean, you're attacking random black and Latino cops, calling them white supremacists. Hello, why doesn't the whole Democratic and Progressive Party have to condemn this? And what is my answer? My conclusion is that they don't really disagree with it. They're thinking in their head, oh, well, yeah, that happened. That's not that bad. That's not, yeah, they should. They think they're Nazis. I mean, you look at some of the top Democrats, their Twitter, Seth Rogen, everybody who Trump's a white supremacist. Trump's a Nazi. Like, I jacked from Twitter, who's like an uber liberal, extremist liberal. They're like, he's too far right. It's like everybody's like a Nazi or Russian bot in their eyes, because their reality is so far skewed that they're attacking people, kicking people off YouTube. They're being like Nazis and then blaming other people, calling them Nazis. It's happening in Sweden. I did a whole article / a video vlog, whatever you want to call it, about Sweden. There's a right-wing party that's winning for the first time in 100+ years / ever. The right-wing party puts out a YouTube video. They say this is why they're always called the Nazis, but they say this is why the liberals and the left in Sweden are actually Nazis. And they have literal proof, kind of like Dinesh D'Souza, that they're working literally with Nazis. And then Google deletes their videos. So it's not just Alex Jones. They're deleting the right-wing party in Sweden, saying, no. We're going to call you Nazis. We're going to let all of these news outlets, from the Bloombergs to the BBCs to the left wing, all over the world, calling the right-wing party in Sweden Nazis. But then when they try to show historical evidence that they're not the Nazis, that the other people are the Nazis, they delete their videos, similar to a, totalitarian. No. This is the narrative. Delete all of Alex Jones's videos. No. This is who Alex Jones is. This is who Candace Owens is. We're not going to let you see her. We're going to tell you who she is. Because she has some, and I'll give you a hint that nobody's going to want to hear. When it comes to Richard Spencer and the alt-right and the neo-Nazis and all these people, they have a very, extremist perspective. But some issues, these extremist, neo-Nazi, whatever you want to call them type people, the literal ones, not the ones you call everyone, you're going to agree with them about something. You're not everything. You're not going to say send everybody home if you're not racist and, only white people stay. Yeah, that's racist. But if he says he likes water, are you going to pretend like you don't like water? Or he's like, I like this policy. It doesn't mean Trump's a Nazi. It means he agrees with that policy, wants to push it further. And then he'll agree with some Democrats. I like how the Democrats take and redistribute everybody's property. I would do that too. So it's like people try to virtue signal too much. I hate great. It doesn't take a genius to hate somebody. I hate Trump. I hate this person. I hate these Nazis. That's fine. I reference all the time a black jazz musician named Daryl Davis. He has a great documentary on YouTube. He's a black jazz musician who got several members of the KKK to quit the KKK. He's one of the most successful people in disarming the KKK. He didn't do so with guns. He didn't do so with being hateful and calling them names and saying, Trump agrees with someone on something, they must be a KKK member. And both sides of the political debate do it. He did it by being so nice to them that they realized they weren't racist. It's an amazing story. It's like they didn't have a bus, and this black jazz musician's like, you can take my bus. And the KKK's like, you're going to let us use your bus? He's like, yeah, my brother, send it back tomorrow. And then there's video footage of KKK members yelling at white people and being like, you know what? I don't like you white people. I like my black brother more. It's a crazy documentary. I'm not saying you have to be that person. You don't have to be that nice. I'm not, endorsing being nice to really evil people or mean people, but it is an effective strategy if you want to get through to them and make them change. So even the most evil people, the message in the story of the day is there. Even the worst people, it's not a bad idea to have a conversation with them, feel their pain, feel their anger, feel their, racism. I'm not saying to be right, but it's like, okay, why do you feel that way? Because I don't want to live that way. I want all the good people. I want the good black people, good Latinos, good white people, Asian, Indian, every culture, every religion, but following a certain set of rules that makes it a safe and prosperous society for everybody. But Richard Spencer, probably wouldn't want me to live there. He's like, you're too Puerto Rican. Your family's Puerto Rican. You got to go. I'm still not that mad. I don't know. He could be like, send you home. Maybe I'm just a super chill person, but it's like, I'm not saying that's an acceptable thing. He doesn't even want me and people in my immediate family to live here. But have a conversation. And these are the fringe people. I'm not even talking about the Candace Owens. But the point of the day is here. Candace Owens has nothing to do with Richard Spencer or the neo-Nazis. They hate Candace Owens. But the media covers the neo-Nazis, who a lot of them are literally infatuated with certain Democrat policies, paint everybody as that. Alex Jones is unright for kids. And this is the big scoop. It's a total information control. I'm just giving food for thought, and I'm just giving rare perspective you're not really going to see anywhere, because I'm trying to heal the country and the nation, not destroy it. And I say that to Republicans all the time. I say love Colin Kaepernick, love Louis Farrakhan, show love, listen to them, have a conversation. People on the right don't want to hear it. People on the left don't want to hear it. But even the most extreme voices, even the most crazy people, I'm not for censoring them. I'm not going to lie. I think let people do what they do, but to delete, and I know Alex Jones, he's not that hateful. I know Candace Owens. Candace Owens is trying to say that they have black people ideologically enslaved. They have black people ideologically enslaved, and that's what Candace Owens is trying to say. Get off the plantation. Yeah, it's a little extreme. I'm like, whoa, but that's how she feels. And then what do? In the streets, they do exactly what she said. They literally try to say, no, Candace Owens, you have to think this way. You have to think how I want you to think. If you don't think how I want you to think, if you don't vote how I want you to vote, I'm going to call you white. It's all white people doing it. So it's like, if you really love black and Latino more than me, then why are you like smacking the metaphorical whip at people? Anomaly, get back in line. Candace Owens, get back in line. Latino police officers, get back in line. If you love black and Latino people so much, you're not going to freak out and pour things on them and call them white supremacists, even though they're blacker than you. It makes absolutely no sense. And this is not a fringe minority. It's not like a Richard Spencer on the right. It's like this is who they are. These are the top people. You have top politicians calling for more censorship. You have top politicians calling for all of this stuff. They're getting attacked. It's like it's far past the point. And what I want to say with Candace Owens, I want to say, before I move on to the next note, this is a metaphor for what I see every day in liberal cities. Candace Owens, the Latino police officers, the black police officers, so you have black and Latino people getting attacked by white people. When I go throughout liberal cities, I talk to immigrants, I talk to Latino people, and not everybody. Some people hate Trump, of course, and that's fine. You can hate Trump, you can not like Trump. I don't care that people, I don't care if you hate Trump. Just be like normal about it. Don't be a complete, I hate Obama. Like, that's great, but don't let it like ruin your life. Even if it was Obama. I didn't hate Obama. I don't hate on Obama. Like, I'm not a hater, but you can be, that's fine. But when it comes to people in liberal cities, the Iranian people that I talk to, they love Trump. They tell me about it. Black people love Trump. In Los Angeles, I'll go to certain areas. I'll go out to a club or something. Multiple times, people who are doing security there, and they do other stuff as well. They're great people. Black and Latino say, Anomaly, I love your videos. I love what you're talking about. You know, white liberals be crazy. Like, you know, it's like, these are the vibes that people have. So Candace's situation is a metaphor for a bigger situation of it's black people and hardworking, working class black and Latino people getting attacked by unhinged liberal white people. This is not a small fringe minority. This is this matrix that we're caught in. This is why Candace says what she says, why Kanye says what he says, why Trump says what he says, and why I say what I say, because you have white people trying to ideologically enslave everybody, and I see it all the time. White liberals seething, foaming at the mouth. You got a few black activists, Latino people, feminists who are all mad and stuff, and then you have the working class people who are like, yo, I'm trying to do my job, getting attacked by white liberals. And I'm telling you, Trump's black support went up to 28% from 13% in the Rasmussen polls. And they have no reason to support Trump or like Trump. So his black support's increasing. His Latino support's increasing. Just because white liberals and white anarchist fascists want to be so unhinged and want us to think the way you think and call us Nazis all the time, you're having a reverse effect. You're not helping. You're running people to the right. It's a horrible strategy, just like a lot of Republicans have a horrible strategy. Why no kids listen to Republicans? It's the same stuff on a different scale. So overall, I want to say this is everyday life. This is World Star Hip Hop. This is TMZ News. This is what happens on a daily basis. You have white people, Spanish people, mixed people, European people, black people, Latino people working hard, trying to just support their opinion, and you have frothing at the mouth, white, liberal, anarchist, fascist, totalitarian, socialist, confused, they don't even know what they believe, attacking now physically, psychologically, just all sorts of nasty negative energy all over the web, all in person, offering no solution, not saying, oh, we want to hear you because you're a black person. I mean, look at these walkaway testimonials on WorldCloud. I'm uploading like one. They're getting 1 million views because it's a black woman explaining how she organized Obama rallies, and then she doesn't like Trump anymore. I mean, she doesn't like Obama anymore. She likes Trump. I'm going to upload another one. I'm getting in, and to be honest, I don't care what race you are. I'll upload white people if white people have a really great perspective. I'm not racist against white people either, like a lot of liberals are. I don't really care. But there's a lot of black people who are sending me videos. Just like when I hit the streets and I was talking about Trump and Kanye, just so happened that 10 out of like 13 or 14 people were black that came up to me. And like 7 out of 10 of them liked Trump and Kanye and didn't like, this liberal madness. It's like you don't have a pulse on the city. I'm sorry. You have the elites, you have the people who are angry and frustrated and negative mentally, but there's a lot of people, black people wearing suits that you don't want to talk to. Why don't you interview those people? Like, this dude's like, love everybody. That's what he said on my stream. I was like, but what about people that don't love Trump? And he's like, what's wrong with loving Trump? And it's like, yeah, that's right. I don't care if you're liberal or who knows what he was, but he's right. What's wrong with loving Trump? You got to attack people because they love Trump and then say you're more loving than them? You got to attack Latino and black people and say, oh, I love Latino and black people so much that I'm going to attack them and call them white supremacists call Anomaly a Nazi for standing up for millions of immigrants that no one wants to talk to, and then block him on Instagram. So this is the stuff that's happening. It's a total information control push. Even if you hate Alex Jones to all of your core, I think the real ones know this is an information push. They will throw a fake label on you. They will call you Russian. They will call you a Nazi. They will call you racist. They will call you anything if you step outside the boundaries. They'll find a label for you. It doesn't matter how not racist you are. It doesn't matter how much you're liberal or progressive, or you love Bernie Sanders, or you really hate Trump. You will be next. And it's so obvious. They're coming after Ron Paul, who's been like the chillest person in the U.S. government for the past 40 years, but he says real stuff, so they got to kick his people off Twitter. Anomaly, keeping it real and too nice, but he's not doing hate speech, but then we got to say it's hate speech. These are the things that they do, and they're coming for you next. I'm not trying to get hype or get scared. Oh my God, they're coming for me, but this is the reality, and I'll go on any news source and have a conversation if they want to talk to me and say I'm lying, because I'm not. They're lost. And they don't want people to think this way. They don't think people are capable of thinking this way. And they want so hard to get people, oh, how is what I did hate speech? I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get my